The film begins in an abandoned town near California, where an archaeologist, Jared, arrives in search of gold. After years of effort, he finally finds the treasure, but he is unaware that it belongs to an evil miner named Jamaya Stone. Jeremiah was buried along with his axe after his execution. The moment Jared touches the gold, a mysterious force is unleashed. Dust and soil swirl into the air, reconstructing Jamaya Stone's body. As soon as Jared makes contact with the treasure, Jeremiah comes back to life. Without giving Jared a chance to react, Jamaya Stone drives his axe into him, killing him instantly. He then collects his blood in a pot. The scene shifts to Birdie, Jared's sister. Her brother has been missing for a long time, which worries their mother. Birdie reassures her, saying he often disappears while searching for gold and will return soon. Just as their conversation ends, Birdie receives a letter from her brother. Inside, she finds a map and a piece of gold, confirming that he has indeed discovered treasure. Instead of going alone, she gathers her group of friends to accompany her. They all set out for the town near California, each traveling separately. On the way, one of Birdie's companions, Axel, stops at a house to ask for directions. An old man lives there. The moment he hears the name of the town, he becomes terrified. He warns Axel not to go there, saying that the ghost of Jamaya Stone will not spare him. The old man believes that Jamaya Stone was so evil that even hell refused to take him, and his soul still wanders the world. He was buried inside his own mine. Some even say he was a cannibal who ate his own wife and child. The old man shows Axel an old wanted poster of Jamaya Stone, which originally belonged to his grandfather. His grandfather lost his hands while trying to capture Jamaya Stone, but no one ever managed to catch him. Axel offers to buy the poster for $40, believing he has tricked the old man into selling something valuable for a low price. However, the reality is quite different. The old man has several copies of the poster inside his house. He has been making money by telling Jamaya Stone's story to travelers, though he himself never believed in it. However, Jamaya Stone does not like people profiting from his legend. Later, as the old man counts his money, Jamaya Stone appears. Without warning, he throws his axe, which embeds itself into the old man's back. Blood splatters everywhere, and the old man is killed. Meanwhile, Birdie and her group finally reach the abandoned town. As they explore the area, Axel realizes that he has lost his watch, a gift from his fiancée's mother. His fiancée, Tori, gets furious, and before continuing with their work, Axel starts searching for it. Instead of finding the watch himself, a local girl named Eve discovers it. She approaches Axel and asks if he is looking for it. He nods and they briefly talk. Eve tells him that she lives nearby with her aunt. During their conversation, they suddenly hear the terrified screams of Tori. Everyone rushes towards the sound, only to find her inside a saloon, in a state of panic. She got scared by pigeons. Since the town is mostly deserted, the scream spreads far, drawing the attention of the sheriff. The sheriff arrives at the scene. Because the town has very few residents, everyone knows each other well. The sheriff sees Eve and asks about her aunt. Then, he questions the entire group about their reason for coming to the town. Birdie is about to tell the truth, but Caleb quickly covers her mouth and lies to the sheriff, saying they are only there for camping. Piece of gold that Birdie was about to show the sheriff is snatched away by Caleb, who discreetly hands it to Rox. Hearing about camping, the sheriff gives them advice on where they should go. Eve offers to guide them. Before leaving, the sheriff warns them about the bad roads ahead and tells them they should only take one vehicle. He also advises them to stay away from the mines, unknowingly warning them against the very place they came to explore. Meanwhile, Tori, who now has the gold piece, decides to leave. She argues with Axel and starts to walk away, but before she can get far, Jamaya Stone appears. He crashes her car, pulls her out and grabs her by the hair. Using his knife, he beheads her and takes back his gold. On the other side, the group finally reaches Jamaya Stone's mine. They enter an old cabin, the same place where Jamaya Stone was killed and buried. This is also where he killed Jared, Birdie's brother. Instead of finding him, they discover his bag, which contains half of a map. Following the map, Birdie realizes they can easily find the gold. Eve, who is from the town, panics upon hearing the name Jamaya Stone. She warns them that they will all die for seeking the treasure and runs away. She rushes home and tells her aunt about the group's mission. Her aunt calms her down and tells her that they will face the consequences of their actions. She advises Eve to stay away from them. However, Eve cannot just watch them die. Determined to help, she decides to return to the group. As soon as Eve leaves, her aunt calls the sheriff, informing him that Eve is in danger and revealing everything. Meanwhile, the group continues following the map and discovers a hidden chamber filled with treasure. Overwhelmed with greed, they forget about Birdie's missing brother and start filling their bags with as much gold as they can carry. They plan to return the next day for the rest of the treasure, as darkness is approaching and getting back to the car will become difficult. Jamaya Stone, however, captures Eve as she tries to warn the group. Mistaking her for a treasure seeker, he grabs her by the neck and stabs her in the stomach with his axe, killing her. Later, the group sets up camp for the night. While alone, Axel is confronted by the sheriff. The sheriff suspects that Eve is with them, but upon realizing she is not, he decides to leave them there. During their conversations, one of the group members, Reverend, reveals that he brought a gun. He believes someone might try to steal the treasure from them. His intentions are even more dangerous. He does not plan on sharing the treasure with anyone, not even his own friends. As tensions rise, the group sees a shadow approaching from a distance. It is Jamaya Stone. He throws his axe to scare them. Most of them run away in fear, except Reverend, confident in his weapon. He does not realize that Jamaya Stone is already dead and cannot be harmed. He fires several bullets at him, but they have no effect. Terrified, he tries to escape. Meanwhile, Rox gets in the car and starts it. Before she can drive away, Jamaya Stone throws his axe from a distance, breaking the windshield and piercing her skull, killing her instantly. The rest of the group flees in another direction and finds Reverend sitting in his car, preparing to abandon them. However, Jamaya Stone does not let him escape. He grabs the steering wheel through the side window and spins it forcefully, causing the car to lose control and crash into another vehicle. The impact results in an explosion, burning Reverend alive. The 3 remaining survivors are now completely terrified. They encounter Eve's aunt, Nellie, who takes them into her home for safety. She explains that the gold belongs to Jamaya Stone, and anyone who tries to steal it awakens him. Once he is awake, he kills everyone and then goes back to sleep. Nellie narrates Jamaya Stone's story. In 1851, Jeremiah used to steal gold. One day, he captured a girl and threatened to kill her. Townspeople pleaded for her life, but he showed no mercy and brutally murdered her in front of everyone. Enraged, they shot him multiple times, expecting him to die. However, he had already sold his soul to the devil and did not die. A known cannibal, he bit his own finger and spat blood on the people, cursing them. He declared that whoever stole his gold would awaken him, and he would kill them. After making this curse, he returned to his mine and went to sleep. Since that day, whenever anyone takes his gold, he awakens and goes on a killing spree before returning to his slumber. The group asks if there is any way to survive. Nellie tells them that the only way is to return all the gold, even the smallest piece. Otherwise, the curse will not end. However, they are unsure who among them still has gold. Nellie suggests luring Jamaya Stone into his mine and destroying it with dynamite. This might finally kill him. Before they can execute their plan, Jamaya Stone arrives at the house. Nellie tries to burn him with a lantern, but Jamaya Stone throws his axe, shattering the lantern. The spilled kerosene catches fire, and Nellie burns to death. Jamaya Stone grabs Birdie by the throat, but before he can kill her, Axel cuts off his hand with his own axe. The survivors grab the dynamite and escape while Jamaya Stone replaces his severed hand with his axe. The remaining 3 execute their plan. They place all the gold inside the mine and lure Jamaya Stone inside. Birdie stays outside with the detonator. Jeremiah arrives, furious, and attacks the 2 inside, injuring them badly. Just before he can kill them, Birdie shoots him with a flare gun, setting him on fire. She then helps her injured friends escape. However, Axel refuses to leave, determined to ensure Jamaya Stone's destruction. While Birdie and Caleb escape, Axel sets off the dynamite, causing a massive explosion that destroys the mine and kills him in the process. As morning arrives, Birdie and Caleb are still alive. They realize they still have some gold. Caleb quickly throws the gold bag away. The sheriff arrives and offers them his van for their escape. As he looks around the destroyed mine, he finds a bag that Birdie and Caleb had left behind. The moment he picks it up, the ground cracks open and Jamaya Stone emerges once again, alive and ready to spread terror. With this mystery, the story comes to an end. I hope you liked my video. If you did, please like and share it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We keep bringing such content regularly. Peace.